looking at my Jeep.
I see like 4 circles now. But
This is the first time I probably ever held a microphone to my head and actually spoke into it.
Probably.
Do you have? Is there like a?
Yo, so on some real
Winch-
shit though, right? How pissed off were you at me in Portugal?
Bro. Okay, and I'm glad you're starting off with this. This way we could just address the elephant in the room. Do you know about this?
I have no fucking clue what the hell you
dude.
guys are talking about.
Okay. It's me and Cassandra
I'm at work.
at the nos Arcos, right? We're eating. In the morning, we just woke up. And, we're just like, it's just us two. And out of nowhere, the great Daniel Souza walks in. And out of all these guys that's active today, that guy's my favorite. Like,
Right.
to me, outside of like my old man, my family and everything, he's untouchable. Like that dude is different, from a different world.
If you were to compare it in contrast, what makes him so great that you
I think
just enjoy him?
It's the humility of the person,
Right.
I think, and how he never got away from roots.
Right.
He's very still traditional.
So he stayed with folklore, which is the main thing for me, and he didn't try to like leave Portugal and try to be Elvis or something like that. Yeah. He was like he started with Canaverdes and you know Malhões and Chulas and Vidas, and he stayed. That's it. So, and the way he plays that's moda antiga, and that's my favorite. You know, and so. He walks in, and I'm like, and everybody's just like, that's Daniel Souza. He's an Arcos. That's his kingdom right there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I look at Cassandra, and I was like, do you know who this guy? And he was with a woman, I'm assuming.
it was his mom.
Okay, so his mother, which I assumed right. And I'm not going to be, and like I said, it's like 9:30 in the morning. So I'm sitting there drinking a coffee, and I'm looking at Cassandra, and I was like, do you know who this is? And she's like, no. I was like, that's arguably, alive, my favorite player
So
right
you're
now.
starstruck.
Easily. And I played with him before. There was times that he was wherever. There would be in Connecticut, and I'd be with Joe, and we'd be playing in a circle, and Daniel Souza's right there. And I'm trying to keep the poker face, not trying to act like I'm fanboying out. And I'm just like, yeah, you know. So then he walks in, and I tell Cassandra, yo, that's literally alive. That's my favorite, you know, that's my favorite Tucumán right there. And she's like, oh, like that's actually pretty sick. So I just wanted to flex. So I texted this guy. And he's on his way to work or wherever. And I'm like, yo, I'm sitting next to your boy right now. And he was like, who? And I was like, Daniel Souza. And I'm like, bro, I'm so gassed. And like, again, just him being like this, talking to his mother and eating, I was just happy. Like, I'm just here with like, you know, a god in my mind. And
With the goat of Concertina.
yeah, bro, like that's my goat right now. Everybody active. And Joey goes, yo, say hi. And I was like, no. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you know.
I didn't say that.
Here he goes. It starts already, folks.
I was like, call him upon legal. Tell him Joey said you're gay.
Right, okay. You did say that. He did say that. So,
I could say that.
as much as I wanted to, I wasn't gonna.
Just random ass dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Sabes uma coisa? És paneleiro. Like, automatically he's gonna be like,
With his mom.
who the fuck are you?
Assim,
Pé da minha mãe, estás-me a chamar de paneleiro?
Você tá com a senhora? So I'm like, bro, stop, whatever. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just telling you. He was like, damn, that's funny. So then I put the phone down. I continue eating. Me and Cassandra are having a nice breakfast, and I'm literally taking a bite out of whatever I'm eating, and I hear his phone ring. Dum, 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 dum. And I'm like,
Who's that, a fucking Nokia?
Yeah. He has, you know, Portugal. They still have the. So, so he picks it up. It was a FaceTime, and I'm just hearing it. I'm not looking at him, and I'm taking a sip out of my coffee. He goes, "Oh, Joe, come back here." I was like, dude. I looked into Cassandra's eyes, and she's like, "There's no way." I was like, "Oh my!" And I was not laughing, bro. I was mad. Bro. Joe, come back here. And I just hear Joe. I'm like, there's no way this is happening right now. There's no way this is happening. So you're the Daniel Souza, right? Sitting, and I'm this close to you.
All right, let me do the bit. Hold up.
Yeah.
Fucking ball of Berlin.
You turn to look to your left as Joey is calling you, and you see me like this. And Joey's like, and he's like, don't bark again. And I was like, Senor Souza, come on.
Senor Souza.
Shake his hand. I don't know if I really actually said that. But I shake his hand and I was like, bro, like, I pretty much just telling him, like, I'm sorry. Like, our friend is a jackass and that he actually do that. Dude, I'm beat red. I'm sweating. And I told him, like, I apologize. You're over here with, and she was like, I don't care. It's all good. And I was like, I hate your dumb friend. I hate him so much. And he was like, that's him. And then, but literally when I first engaged with him, he shows his phone up and his dumb face is in the screen. And he's like, what's up, bro? And I was like,
I could have already pictured doing like this.
I was so pissed off.
I finally call him. He picks up. I was like, yo, I don't got your barbers up at T. He's like, and he starts looking around. And then
as soon as I saw him look around, dude, I was like, oh my God, bro. I was so
you
embarrassed.
should have called him gay, and then I would have never called him.
No, bro. Hell no. Dude, I
Right
literally
next
was
to
about
his
to
mother.
Yeah, like, and then nonetheless, he just comes up and was just like, yeah, so, like, what you here for, where you're from. And then I'm like, I feel like he's forcing himself to have a conversation with me.
That's just how he is.
But then I see it was just like, he's a nice dude anyway.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
he's
whatever.
very-
So we sat there and chopped up for, 5 minutes as we're eating, like, 2 different tables, dude. I was like, oh, man. And then,
You're just like, Cassandra, this is my time. Right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like,
I was like, sorry, babe. but
That's Bay right
I'm
there.
just fanning out right now. And yeah, we talked for a little bit, and then we finished up, and then I left. I told him again, like, bro, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm so stoked I got to meet you, but until next time. He's like, no, if you're here, like, in a weekend play or whatever. And I was like, yeah.
He got a shop now in Antunes.
Does he?
He has a storefront now.
I think when I was over there, I think I saw it. I think I heard of it, and then I wanted to explore, but we got so tied up with everything. We were there with Mr. Peter's wedding, Pedro and Stephanie, and then we were bouncing up and down, and it was not. You know how it is when it's Porsche, especially we was only there for 14, 15 days, so we had like a tight.
You guys were like freaking going.
It was 2 weeks. Where's Marco, dude? Can we just get Marco in here instead of him, dude?
He's currently on ACL injury.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the second episode of Dushka. Welcome back to the third episode of TascaLusa. As you see, we have the original Joey Lee. Another episode of TascaLusa. Welcome back to another episode of TascaLusa. Welcome back to another episode of.
Welcome back. Another episode. Or how it says I say it as a Russian fucking. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Another episode of. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Not anymore.
Bem-vindo a TascaLusa. Welcome back. Another episode of TascaLusa.
Let us hear it, Marco.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. We're back, baby. We finally got Joel back, that cocksucker. He's fucking out.
Dude, relax. It's been 2 weeks. It hasn't been that long.
Haven't fucking seen you in fucking God knows how long, but.
Tinha saudades.
Welcome back.
I warned you guys.
Welcome back. Welcome back, baby.
Guess who's back?
Take
it away, baby.
Welcome back, baby. I'm just fucking good. Welcome back. Baby Nilo, we're back. I'm back, or mostly me. Welcome back. I'm back again. 2 weeks in a row. Welcome back, baby. Joey, shut up. Welcome back, baby.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
Yeah, I know he's the welcome back guy around this
Yeah,
part,
he's the
but-
welcome back. We're until we got caught. But welcome back, guys. Just make sure you follow and like this video and share with all your loved ones. And make sure you check our previous videos as well with John Fontes, Lopsh,
The GOAT.
everybody. That's one of your goats as well, I'm assuming.
Who, Lopsh?
No.
Lopsh, I love you, bro. I see him like every day at work, bro. I love him.
John.
I love it.
It's like every other day. It's either him or Machado's snap.
Yeah, I always see. I see him
Or
like
Chop
every
in the
other
fucking
day.
Yeah, because you work in the city.
Yeah, Bronx Concrete.
Just again, this is Joel Quintano. You got Joey over there. Good job. And then we have
Chuck
our
the fucking
lovely
empty one.
friend from Long Island, which is no longer from Long Island. The man that drives trucks for a living and wears hat like it's no tomorrow. Plays concertina like there is only family around. But he loves the game. He loves the folklore.
Yep.
This is introduce yourself.
Kevin Antunes, and thank you guys for having me. Before I break your balls more, because you're already annoying me.
We're gonna break each other's balls the whole
Right.
episode.
So before I do that, before that continues, what you guys are doing, bro, is like important. And what we have in the Portuguese American like community, you guys are like, I don't know. It stays true to being Portuguese American, but you guys aren't stepping out of yourselves. You know, when you guys had Lopes here, and even when Johnny Fonts was over here, which is literally like I've watched that thing like 5 times. You guys are just being you, and it's important for even people that don't know you guys. That's probably from, you know, Rhode Island or Massachusetts to watch this stuff because you guys are touching on, you know, football, and you guys are talking about, you know, random dumb stories between yourselves, but to be engaged in folklore as us as kids when, you know, other people were Portuguese or not, you know, wasn't engaged in this kind of stuff. They probably, you know, it's corny or, you know, whatever. It's important. And like I said, I just scrolling through Instagram, you see a lot of people just like, dude, what are you doing? Making us look silly. And then again, you're embracing your culture. It's whatever. But I feel like you guys are very true to it, and you guys are being yourselves. So it's important what you guys are doing. I'm glad you guys are back. And like I said, the episode with Johnny Fonts was, I'm glad you guys did it early. This way you can get more out there with him because you guys have infinite episodes with that guy.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
We could have went out for another 3 or 4 hours.
Right.
But the
I
sun
would
was
have had.
beaming,
I would have
dude.
had like 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah, right. Okay. So then the first time I watched it, dude, okay, wait. The first time I watched it, I was like, okay, backyard, bold choice. It was like July, August.
Yeah, this was
That was
June.
the
This
only way
was
we were
late
gonna get him
June.
on because he's, you know how he's
Nicotine
smokes,
Right,
shakes.
right.
Dude,
So
he
should have done it in the
he
fall.
literally, yeah, as you could tell, if you guys go back as well, dude, I know you watched it 5 times, but the transition,
Dude, that's what I was gonna
in
say.
the beginning of the freaking podcast to the end, you see Joey's like sidearm. I think it was the right arm or whatever, beam red.
Dude, I literally, after that first time, I was like, bold choice. And I made it all because I had it in the truck playing all day. I was, you know. And I was like, let me see something. Bro, I would take the slider on YouTube, and I went from the beginning all the way to the end slowly. And it was just like, he would start off as like his normal tone, and it was like pink, and then just straight like Benfica long sleeve. I was like, dude, this guy is suffering. And the whole time, dude,
and I went
you
to-
could just see, just like, oh my God.
And
dude,
then after, I went
you're
to dance
sweating
after
like
that.
a mother.
Oh, I was,
And I had
bro,
to see the right after that.
That's
Dance to
rough.
Connecticut.
That's
dude,
rough.
Like,
And you guys are still
Joey
active,
said,
too.
dude, we could have gone. Oh well, there's a backstory to that episode. The computer overheated.
Oh, dude.
So then
that's
we
how
had to
hot
get
it
a
was.
fucking fan.
We had a fan blowing at the
blowing
computer.
right under the computer.
Oh my God.
And then it's close enough. You almost started raining. Maybe
when-
like an hour after. So we had to like time manage everything. And then like honestly, if you play
The fucking flag was whipping
Dude,
in
I was
the
gonna
face.
say that. I was
Fell
gonna say
down.
that. I was gonna say that.
John,
Dude, remember
when
that every
you-
gust of wind,
if
this
you
guy's
play-
holding the flag
honestly,
down.
if you played a drinking game, for every time John
Lit a
turned on
cigarette?
a cigarette, you would have a shot. You automatically will get drunk. by
Yeah,
the
but
end
that's
of
like
this
another
episode.
thing that I find so dope. It's
But-
like you guys are just like that.
But we were our own selves. We were just chilling,
Right.
like there was no microphone.
Right, and then
you know
like
what I mean?
him, like you guys just like whatever inside jokes and just making him giggle and stuff like that. Because that guy is the real goat. And here, when it comes to folklore, concertino, whatever it is, that guy's the goat, bro. And groups today are affected because of him, you know, and for the better, obviously. But like what he did, obviously, I wasn't born. It's only stuff that I hear about and stuff that I hear him say, and stuff obviously through my uncle, but and my old man, but. He changed the game over here, like completely changed the game. And like, I don't know, bro. And like I said, like he, in the episode, was what I was going to say, he's over there. It's not like he was drinking, you know, a cup of tea and some water and everything. That guy was, you know, you guys were having beers around and he was just every two just changed. It was the most authentic stuff ever. And like I said, then like, you know, if I had another example, it's like when you guys had Lopes here, I'll reference it again, but.
This was only 2 episodes you watched?
Huh? No. I touched it. Bro, listen, you gotta understand. Everybody's like, oh, you're a truck driver. You could just whatever. Bro, it's tough, bro. In New York City especially, it's tough. But, you know, I touch on it. Do I finish them all? No. But, yeah, I definitely, the Funch one, obviously. But then, like, Lopes, I finished that one beginning to end. And even the OG ones when you guys were doing it years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Because I remember I was working on Long Island. I was working on the East End and I was listening to you guys.
Which episode was that? Ramos?
You guys had a few.
We had a few.
I didn't listen.
We had Dave on.
I don't
We
think
had
I listened to
Linda.
one where it was a guest. It was just y'all three. And then maybe, did you guys have Fabio on?
Yeah, that was
I
the
listened to
second
that one.
episode.
Yeah, right.
That was our second episode.
Yeah, it's just the fact that like I'm 100 miles away and I'm listening to you guys watching the video and I'm just like feels like I'm just there,
Dude,
watching you guys talk.
And that's honestly the go-to as well. Like eventually when we get more viewers and stuff like that, obviously our set studio. Obviously the time right now we have to, and we actually enjoy doing it. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of dedication, but we do enjoy doing it. Like today we're here in Brentwood, Long Island. We are lucky to have friends everywhere where me and Joey could just reach out and be like, yo, your time to do. You exactly, like we try to get you months and months prior.
We tried to get you when we first started.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
And then he goes, dude, I'm so busy at work. And then this coming time again, you're started to do stuff around the house and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's nuts.
And then I hit you up last week, even at the beginning of this week, and I was like, yo, it's time. Because I remember 2 weeks ago, you're like, listen, if you guys want to get me on the episode, we could start doing it now. We could plan it.
Right.
And I hit you up on Monday, and you're like, yo, I'm game.
Yeah, I woke up to the message and I was just like, okay. But I was like, wait, it actually might work because we're here for a friend's wedding and stuff like that. So, but I'm glad I'm finally here, and I hope I don't think it's gonna be the last time either. But
No, absolutely
yeah,
not.
it's and I'm glad we're doing it here in Brentwood.
where y'all started for you
to my
and
roots.
a lot of people.
Yeah, man, back in the day.
We I remember you texting me on John Funn's episode, and you go, honestly, best episode by far.
Oh, easy.
I've watched it and watched it again anytime. And then a couple weeks back, you even texted me after. It was like, dude, I'm rewatching this again.
Yeah, they not only to hear, because he's known me since I was a baby. So to actually hear him talk about how his mind works, and he was talking about building dances from the ground up and just looking at the science of pairs and everything like that. It's like it's nuts. And then he talks about the roots when he first started and all the great things you guys were saying about my family. So how could you go wrong? It gassed me up. So, and then I even got I put my old man on and I told him he has to watch it. And then because he's heavy on YouTube right now, but then my tío Mario Martins, not my tío Mario, it's my father's brother-in-law. I was actually talking to him a few weeks ago here, and he was telling me he watches you guys' stuff. It's funny. My tia was like, they curse a lot.
He came to me. Yeah, he came to me. He still goes, dude, really enjoy what you guys are doing. My wife thinks you guys curse a lot, but keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, shout out Tia Gita.
Yeah, and then even last week I had my rancho anniversary, and this lady came to me. She goes, hey, I'm a fan. What you guys are doing is great. But
Was she from my rancho?
yes.
So she talked to me last night too.
So-
She's like, no episode this week?
Yeah, so we had.
That's sick.
She literally goes to me, goes, whatever Joey's dad said to you guys, he completely went off because he said for you guys to stop cursing, and you guys continuously curse. And I was
so
like,
hard,
you
dude.
know what? It's just foul mouth.
I'm trying to go light.
And I told her, I was like, out of the three, I'm probably the best behaved one.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I just don't care.
Joey
to
just
be
doesn't
honest.
care.
This
And-
is how I am, though.
Yeah,
if
no,
you talk to me,
yeah.
if
But
you
that's
talk
right,
to me
you're right.
at the bar, this is how I am.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna put a front up?
Well, I'm not putting your front. On the daily basis.
We had
you guys
Julian.
don't know.
I had this we had Julian.
Oh,
and,
dude, that was.
and
but
it
that
took
was
me,
the only strict episode
Yes.
that I said something.
Yeah, but well, she's young, so it's
Yeah.
like we had to. Obviously, we have the guests.
Right. No. Yeah. Of course. That's different. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's the
Freaking
New England accent at all. You can't. You
that's
take
the New England. on
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Usang Transmontano doesn't leave this one. No
So,
disrespect.
I try to remember the first time I met you,
I already know.
and if I'm not mistaken, your tío Mario brought like a Ruzga, a full bus to Connecticut one time,
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
and you were there playing Castañolas. It might have
Yeah.
been 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah, because 15 years ago, I'm 30 now, and I started playing when I was 15, playing Concertino when I was 15.
You and me we didn't play that night. I think we were just
No.
playing Castañolas together.
I don't. The first time meeting you, like, hey man, like I don't remember that.
Neither do I.
The first time I saw you, dude, I think about this like once a month. We all go. It was one of them things where they get like, whatever. We took a bus or whatever to, up there, and we we're watching. I can't remember. I remember it was probably the club in Bridgeport. I think when I think back, it looked like the club in Bridgeport. Either that or what's the other big one? Waterbury.
It was Waterbury.
Right. So it was
The
one
two,
of
the
them.
2 times that your tío Mario came. I have a video of it on YouTube one video.
Okay, all right. So I'll probably be able to get fact checked.
Both they were in, but I don't think it was that time.
Dude,
because the first time they went casual as fuck.
Right.
We were just playing. The second time,
rolled
Yutio
deep.
Mario came for like a performance, bro. It
Dude.
was like white shirts, black pants.
Right,
Everybody was
right.
matching, and I remember that one because
The first time I ever laid eyes on this guy, dude, was one of them instances, and it was a long time ago. Like I said, I was only playing Castaños and dancing, and it was probably in between when I was here and the other one, in Farmingville. I probably wasn't even in a group, and we're sitting down, and it was my old man, and my padrino, my other uncle, and some group comes in and starts dancing, and they're in the middle of, I think they're walking in, so I don't even think the singers and the players are at the mics yet. And I'm at a table over here, and I'm looking at them dance over here, and I hear Castaños being played in the corner, bro. Bro, I was like,
you started playing after too.
I'm like 9. That I doubt, bro. That I doubt. While they were playing?
Yeah,
What am I, an animal, bro?
I started playing in the corner, and then you started playing too.
This guy, okay, that might be true, because I honestly don't remember what I was doing. I just remember, dude, standing on a chair is this little asshole. Okay, sorry, Tiaguita. Is this little douchebag?
By the way, we're not bleeping. So
No, okay, good, yeah.
Tiaguita's gonna hear
It's all
this.
right. We'll be all right. He's standing on a chair, dude. I don't know, dude. It had to be at least 12 to. It was before I was 15 because I wasn't playing at this point.
Right, and when you were 15, Joey is still the same height as
Right.
he was now.
Yeah, exactly. And he looks the same barba. That's all it is. So, and he comes out, glasses bigger than his head. He's standing on a chair playing Castaños as these people are making their entrada inside the thing. And I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm looking at my dad like, the fuck is this clown?
Yeah, but
Sit down, bro.
That's such a Bridgeport thing.
Whether or not, because I never, and I'm not saying that's a rule. You can't do that, because obviously you can. But I would, bro, I was like terrified of doing that shit. When my father was like, somebody's performing, that's them performing. Don't do that. And whether or not I actually played or whatever, he definitely got the green light, because my father was, So if I got the green light from him, I started playing. If you remember that, I don't remember.
And I remember that because I remember your father.
But I feel like
your father played that night, but at like later.
Yeah.
Your father didn't go dress up like that.
Nah, yeah,
your father
definitely.
was in jeans.
Nah, he
his
looked
cowboy boots. And
I feel like that is a Bridgeport thing as well. Like, it's not being rude in regards
right.
presenting themselves. Is I think a kind of a welcoming, like, and we're enjoying their music and stuff like that.
So looking back, obviously, probably 20 years later, I look back and I'm like, he's just doing that to whatever. It's just what they did. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, this kid's got balls, bro. And then I just remember that's just like the kid with the blue eyes and the glasses. And the day I met you, I honestly, I can't remember. That's like me trying to think back the day I met like Samuel or Joe. I can't remember that.
I can actually think when we met.
I don't remember that either.
Lafayette Street, Newark.
Okay.
It was literally me getting out of fucking Ciabras, and it was you and Sam walking. I think maybe you guys were parking towards Somar, and I think you guys ended up going to Sports Club, and I literally had 2 sacos batatas.
Dude, I do.
One in each shoulder.
That's where the nickname came from.
And that's where Sam was, because I guess Sam was like trying to call me, and I wasn't even paying attention. He goes, "Sac batatas."
Dude, it's all coming to me now. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think that's literally the first time we
That
met.
was probably it,
and then we ended up going to Mediterranean, Casa Ciabras, and we ended up going to 8th anniversary.
Okay, yeah, so now it's making sense.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it definitely was that. Yeah, that was them days, man. It was freaking every weekend with me and him.
That was a lot. That was maybe, because I know you guys for a long time now. I would say maybe 14, 15 years ago.
Yeah, this is pre me and Cassandra dating. I always date that. That's like my mark in history is when me and my wife started dating.
Well, you guys started dating 8 years ago?
2016, yeah. It's going to be 8 in November.
Jeez. Yeah, we've known each other. Like, Joey and I know each other for 17 years.
Yeah.
You definitely, like,
Dude,
3 years after, so about...
There's definitely photos.
There's gotta be.
Of
Yeah.
you
Oh,
and
it
me
has
in like diapers, bro.
Yeah, like you said, like old VHS. Like you can't, like I can't imagine.
Not that old.
Nah, but I'm talking.
You gotta
I'm doing
remember, dude. My dad went everywhere where John went. So if you guys were coming to Connecticut
Right, and-
with your pops, there's
and that's where the
bound to
connection
be
was.
something.
Yeah, because John was in and out of Brentwood as a kid. I mean, I have old photos, bro, that I have in my possession. I could literally go find them at home of my dad playing playing Big Blue, his famous concertina, and you got John when he had a lot of hair. See, motherfuckers don't know about that. Okay, when he had a lot of hair, and then it'd be Matthew Mario, then Matthew Ton with the accordion, and then me, knee tall, and playing castaniolas. And John was like the only Connecticut dude to come in and out of Brentwood, like somebody that actually lived in Brentwood. so and that was like the bridge. And from there, the next time we'd hop over and we'd go to Connecticut.
So let me ask you. Obviously, you've talked about people and obviously the legacy of the Antunes, which a lot of people are familiar with, especially here in Long Island and Connecticut. What drove you to start learning how to play concertina?
It was definitely my old man. Like anything really that I like now, and I was thinking about it the other day, that I do and like my interest that I genuinely like, it was stuff that I see the old man do when I was a kid. Where I was like, he just looked so badass when I was a kid that I was like, I have to be this guy. And have
you thought about dyeing the beard white?
Nah, I feel like that's gonna come sooner or later, but only 30 years old, I'm already seeing it, bro, believe it or not. But yeah, it was everything. So, and it was a lot of things that people actually get surprised at almost was he never, even with my brother, he never, how do I say it, like force anything on us. So he was never like listening. He was never listening to like Johnny Cash because he likes old outlaw country, cowboy country music, and like they always say he's like a rock and roll cowboy in his day. So he was never like, you got to listen to Johnny Cash when you get older, or like, you got to play concertina when you get older. If you like it, if you want to do it, go ahead. I'll help you out. But he never put it on, and like, you're going to like and do what you guys want to do. I guess for me, it was just like a thing where I was like, I want to because he looks so badass, and my dad's amazing. So I was like, I have to do this. So, and I didn't start playing until I was 15, but once I started and he saw that I was getting, I guess, really trying, he was like, all right, like, I got to help you out. And that's pretty much how it was. And like I said, just after that, it was like the best thing ever. I just wanted to play so I can be in their circle. When we go out and we're out there, my Timari picks up the concertina, everybody starts walking over to him like, it's here we go. Yeah. So I was like, I want to be part of that. When the Antunes boys pick up the concertina, I want to be in there now. Now it's the brothers. I'm gonna have the son and the sobringo coming in as well.
Yeah, which that drives you even today,
right?
Because I feel like you don't like a lot of people may not know you for playing concertina unless when you were in the Hanshu, right? Both dancing and playing. But right now you
with the semi-long hair.
Yeah, it was semi-long.
Yeah.
And now you don't.
For those who didn't know.
Yeah. What I had here. Yeah.
But now he tried looking like John, bro. Everybody wore kulit. Kevin's like, fuck the kulit. I wear no kulit. Long hair.
Yeah. That was me.
But now you only play mostly with family, for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like I think after when I left Long Island rather, just being busy and just being like, all right, life's kickstarting. I got to start getting things. Naturally, I just, you go home, you go to work, you go home, you eat, and, you spend time with your old lady, and then you go to sleep and you do it again. And I got lost in that. And, like, my father-in-law is, like, nuts about it. It's like, you don't even know how to play that goddamn thing anymore. And, yeah, I know. So, but it's now I find myself going home and starting to do a little bit more. And, but yeah, it's like it's one of them things.
I'm really gonna start sending you new shit that comes out now.
Yeah, definitely. I always liked it, and even like I said, it's tough for me to keep up with like what's going on right now because a lot of I'm not saying it doesn't interest me if people ain't good, but I like the old stuff, bro. I have like 100 cassettes back home at my parents' house. Like that was my old man's of stuff from like the late 60s even. I have stuff from the 70s, and that's the stuff that I like, and I like going back to the roots. The Moda Antigua is my that's
but
my
realistically, even if you are, let's just say in the tri-state area alone, only maybe 10 people play traditional.
Yeah,
and like 2 of them are right here. Obviously, not counting me because I don't know how to play. Joe, the guy behind the cameras today, is one of them as well.
Absolutely.
Your uncles, your father. Like, that's all traditional. And then Camponês has a few of them as well.
Absolutely.
Where, dude, that's honestly, I enjoy I don't get me wrong. I do enjoy a good like modern
Of course,
sound of
yeah,
it,
of
and
course.
it does intrigue you. But if you look back and you just see them regular bass playing the sweet tunes, and it just sounds clean. That's what it is. If you do 2 twists and 2 doubles and this and that, like it just becomes sometimes too. Shut up, Joey. I said.
Don't mind him. I haven't been paying attention all episode.
No, it's something that I always say. It's this and that. Anyways,
He does say it a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry for keeping it.
so you'll pick up.
In that aspect too, like you're not around to see Lucy's dad play.
Who?
Lucy's. He's the lefty.
Right. Okay.
Dude, I can just sit there with like a bag of pipokas, bro, and just sit there and watch him play.
Bag of people.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know the guy. I don't know his name. I never shook his hand. I always, dude.
Berto Fernandez.
The man
Love it.
on the left.
Bro.
Yeah, that's lefty, dude. That's how I know.
Nuts, bro.
Yeah.
And how, dude, like, there's a video of me playing the Canavera with him, bro, and he's playing his Canavera that he played on the CD. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time like picking up from how he's playing to you? Because I feel
Yes
like
and no, right? Because I can pick up what he's playing and I can play. I'm just so mind fucked of how he's playing that I don't want to.
because it can't be easy. Let's just say like
Because he's playing
like
opposite.
let's just say
playing upside
Kevin.
down,
Yeah,
bro.
literally, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but
playing
let's just say
upside down.
Kevin. Like Kevin is a good player, but even if you are a good player and going next to someone that plays upside down concertina as a lefty, you may be like, "What is he playing correctly?" Like one of the stories you said about
Fernando.
Fernando Borges and like the story with the purple concertina. He flipped it upside down and he goes, "Oh, ainda vais-me partir a concertina." And then he started playing and he rocked it.
I think, yeah, it's incredible.
You know what I mean? It's gifted people that just like enchant it, and everybody has their own play style.
You know what the
and it's
funniest
beautiful.
fucking thing is too, right? Because I'll talk to Lucy about it. Lucy's like, yeah, and he like writes with his right hand. Why the fuck does he play with his left, bro? Like, what is?
No, it's different. Them boys from back in them days are different, bro.
He just want to be an asshole and be like, I'm gonna flip the concertina upside down.
Well, don't
woke up one
but
day
don't
and was like,
forget
nope.
back in the days, like we're old anyways. But back in the days, they used to get a ruler onto their hands to if you were a lefty
so his left
to
hand
learn.
didn't hurt, so he's like, I'm gonna play.
No,
with
he
my
just
left.
got smacked by the freaking rule. Macana e o caralho, like, because like that, but that was like a religious thing. Like freiras and padres, they would see you right with the left, they would hit you, and then they would make you right with the right, and that became a thing for teachers in Portugal as well. I didn't get that because obviously I wrote with my left, so. But I know a couple of years back, I was already a chubby motherfucker. That is true.
He's 5'8" in late first grade.
Dude, it's funny because I was a dick in freaking middle
Damn
school.
right, brother.
Because they used to have a lavanderia for like the rope and stuff like that. One of the kids was tiny, and he was like, "Tomei uma filha da puta." Dude, I chased this dude. I put him in the fucking laundry.
You were a bully.
Oh yeah,
You were a
He literally
bully.
Dude,
said my mom was a
when you have
puta,
these
man.
genetics, bro, you have to be the bully of the
Yeah,
school, bro.
I
You
literally-
wasn't the bully. Don't tell me you were.
No, Joey was definitely.
I
bullied.
sure shit wasn't either.
Joey's still mad I didn't go to his 16, let alone.
We're friends for 17 years. Didn't go to my Sweet 16.
Your sweet 16. Joey, please. Joey,
Sweet
please.
16, bro.
Do the math, guys. Joey's old.
I am old.
How old are you now?
Joey's gonna be 32
on Monday.
Oh, who
On
gives
Monday.
a shit,
On
dude?
Monday.
It is what it is.
Celebrate my fucking birthday at a wedding. Fucking asshole.
Technically, yes.
Wait. When's your
this
birthday?
Monday.
Dude, that's crazy. And we're literally talking how I've known you 15 plus years. No idea when your birthday is. I've known Joe and
I have no idea what Kevin's is either. So.
Joe, and you celebrated mine with me, so that's even crazier.
Oh, February. Yep.
Joe,
Is it February?
yes, Joe and Samuel are my oldest friends outside of family. Oldest friends since birth. Went to school when we was kids. When we lived here, I can't even tell you either of their birthdays, bro.
June
Either of
17th, and Sam is December 28th.
I couldn't even tell you how old Joe is.
can't see it, but-
Joe's 32.
right?
Joe's 30.
Yeah.
Joe is 33.
No.
4.
Joe's 34.
Hey, well, you look 33, pal. So
Especially now that he lost the weight. It's shit.
yeah, I know, dude. Guy looks incredible.
Joe lost weight.
Oh, damn, dude.
That's crazy.
We'll get him on a podcast, see what he looks like.
All right, yeah,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
So the people can see.
Speaking of podcasts, these last 2 episodes, obviously, you guys seen that we didn't post. There was some technical difficulties, which we're trying to perfect it as much as we can. So hopefully the audio for this one is going to be a lot better.
Yeah,
but it's tough because, again, you're moving constantly. You're changing shit left and right.
You got to be...
So to those people that we did do the interview with, Paulo, Bruno, and Andrea, Paulo's fiance, we're sorry that he went how it is, but we'll definitely do another rain check or whatever.
You know, we're at the point where we're getting the traction where we almost have to keep a standard of quality.
Absolutely.
Because you put out a bad episode with bad audio, and it's somebody's first
it
take
reflects
of what you're watching.
Right.
They're never gonna want to fucking listen to you again.
I mean, I'm trying not to listen to you now.
You have a fucking choice.
And obviously, as you guys can see, Marco's not here. We've in the past episodes we've noticed that his ACL was toda fodida. He just got surgery. So Marco, feel better.
Feel better, pal. But my question is, what did he do?
Play soccer.
Try to play soccer.
Yeah, try to play soccer.
See, that's how you boys.
That's
look at me,
why
Bro, you know what's funny, bro? We just got into the soccer.
Did you guys get hurt this week?
No.
Wow.
Ain't no fight either. You know what's funny? And the story will never, like, that Ludlow weekend that we played soccer at Motel 6.
At Motel 6.
Right?
McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah. And Brian was like, Brian was like, bro, that's when you started hanging out. You were coming out with us all the time.
Right. That was I obviously knew you, but it was like everybody in between.
Speaking of,
Brian was like, bro, who the fuck brought Nelson Oliveira?
See my long hair at the time too.
Yeah, in them days it was probably like it wasn't at its full thing. I think I was still like, but I think that was like me fresh out of high school, bro.
Yeah, honestly, Motel 6 was the go.
And Chicopee,
Massachusetts.
Dude,
it was so expensive to get hotels, especially when we were young. We didn't really have we had jobs, but we had to make sure we.
I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I'm saying not for nothing. It was like $65 for the whole weekend, basically.
Yeah. Nah,
but you best believe I'm taking. Yeah, fun fact. Because the bathrooms were so small and the rooms were so small, sometimes I would have to take a shit. So I'm like, yo, where the hell am I gonna go? They're gonna smell it. So what I would do is I would. Hold on.
He's warning. If people are gonna smell it, I don't give a fuck.
No. So I purposely, I'm always waking up early. I would purposely wait for the McDonald's to open it. So I would, because no one is there in the morning, and that was the time they didn't do breakfast. So I would go in there in the morning and I would take a dump at the McDonald's. So that way I would come back quietly. Nobody make you sick. At least you didn't smell my dumps.
You make me sick. I've done that before. But I'll tell you what, Chicopee, bro, that hotel, because I can't tell you the amount of times I got them all mixed up in my head, like year by year.
There's one story that.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, I think I know what
you know. Which one? It was around the time I had the accident. What accident? That I ended up having the accident in Chicopee coming home.
Right. Okay.
And you guys had to take me back to Bridgeport and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was his fate? What was his name that came with you? Preto.
Justin.
Yeah. Can I tell the story?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right.
Sorry, Tiki.
To those that don't know, you no longer do it now.
Yes.
But that was a time in your life where you did smoke. And you and Justin were casually having fun. And it got to the point that...
Where's my girl?
I went to...
She was there for like a hot minute too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't think at the time you were dating Kathy.
No, I wasn't, bro. I was dating
yeah. So I know I walked into their room. He goes, dude, you're not going to believe it. I think we see ghosts.
And I did, bro. And it might have...
You want to tell the story?
Yeah, I believe it was him and Tiago came by the room. And only he went back to his room. Tiago, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know I'm sorry if he doesn't want this out, but yeah, they opened the door and it was they just got smacked in the face, bro. Tiago almost flew over the railing because he was on the top. And yeah, it was and it was one of them years that it was raining the whole day.
Yeah.
And it was a stupid point because, like I said, it was just, you gotta. The way I was brought up in the house was, you know, they always say that meme of like the kid who has the fork and the socket and the outlet, and he's like this about to put it in. The dad's like, "You want to know what's gonna happen? You better do it." And the kid gets zapped, and the dad's like, "I told you, now you know you're not gonna do it no more." So that was in that period where, you know, we're talking 19, 20, 21 years old maybe, and it was that small window. I'm just like, listen, man, this ain't for me. So, and like I said, I'm a Teamster now. I'm law abiding. I can't mess with none of that. I have 4 of my Coors Light. That's it.
Far by from it.
Yeah, man. They opened the door and Thiago almost flies off the rail. He was like, dude, what the hell? Couldn't even see inside of it. And like I was saying, it was one of them years that it was raining the whole goddamn weekend. And so really not a lot of, I wasn't really dancing or playing a lot. And then I remember another memory that I have from that one was, you know, rain, because I haven't been to Ludlow in years, but I don't know if they still do it now, but they would have like them booths with the TV up. And they would have the todos up, just messing, or just like people running with the todos, and the todos would be jacking guys, you know, legs off and shit on the table, and like little 6-year-olds are looking.
That's
like,
on the faded part of it.
So here I am under, you know, in that condition, and I'm watching this dude. I had full panic attack. This guy got mowed down by a todo, and I'm like, we gotta go home now. I gotta go home now. This is too much for me. I played no concertina that day, bro. It was like Saturday at like 11:30. Drenched from the rain, and I was like, "This isn't like me. I can't do this." That was like the worst one that I had. That was the worst one.
I'll tell you the best one that we had was I actually Recordações Portugal. I was still in Recordações Portugal, and we danced, and I had the hat with me somehow, and it was me, you, Sam, I think Shana.
Now we're talking, pal.
Selena, and I know you'll love this story.
Yep.
And that was around the time they used to do apple cider, Angry Orchards. And that was the first year they did Angry Orchards and everything. And you have, obviously, the part where you go for the food court. And then you have that little steep hill of dirt. So it was still pretty steep. I had the hat again. And at the time, he would still play. So now...
He would still play. You see that?
Well, in public.
Continue.
And now we're like, yo, let's just start this. Because we didn't see any others going. We're just like, yo, we're going to start something now. So it was literally a group, maybe like 10 of us, more or less. Because that was around Selena and all that stuff.
Right.
So we started playing. And we had the box of the concertina. We just put it down. And we also put down my hat. Because I started dancing or whatever.
As a complete joke, bro.
As a complete joke. And then... I ended up going with my hat around, and I was like, "Isto não é para a igreja, é para a cerveja." That was
as
literally
a joke, bro. He literally just wanted to make people laugh.
I wanted to make people laugh, and like what we're doing on this podcast is what I was doing literally then. Isto não é para a igreja, é para a cerveja. And I kept saying it, and I kept saying. Everybody was gathering in. Everybody was gathering in with the music, castañolas, and everything. We genuinely made over $375.
No joke, bro.
No joke. We honestly...
Kev was like, I must be playing every day now.
Yeah. No, that was my longest streak of playing. Yeah,
but again, no é para a igreja, é para a cerveja.
Dude, and
I remember that,
we
bro.
made...
Sandy coming up to me excited as shit, bro.
Yo.
And then we acted like we just made the biggest like
Profit.
score of the year. He's going around there. Sammy's like, yo, I got 400 in my sock right now, bro. What are you trying to do with this, bro? And all we did was just buy beer and fucking McDonald's when we got back.
We literally every cent that was purchased within the people that started that whole thing, in between me, him, and Sam, we drank that money away.
Marco was involved as well.
Mark was
involved. Because I was playing,
yeah.
I believe Marco came in to play as well. I can't remember anybody else. I'm surprised it wasn't you in that circle.
I don't remember where he was.
Whatever. I think that was the last.
That was probably one of my favorite.
That was the last
stories.
Ludlow that I think I went to ever. I haven't been back since. That had to be 15, maybe.
Don't go back.
Yeah, I'm straight. No disrespect.
Don't go back.
It is what it is.
I'm still going back. You know the purpose that I go for.
Of course, absolutely.
It's that for the procession and everything else is a plus to me. I just enjoy it, period. To be honest, it's a good getaway.
Right. And it's like the end of the summer party. You're going out there to be like, the summer's done. And in them, like even when I was, the first one I went to, I think I was going into my senior year of high school with my old man, just me and him. And we went down and I was probably maybe 3-4 years playing concertina in general. So I'm green as hell, and I'm showing up with my dad. And dude, it was just, we showed up on Friday night after, because I was working with him at that point. So we did the day at work and then went straight to Massachusetts. And it was just like one of them weekends, and that's what made me fall in love with it. I was just like, this is the sickest weekend ever. And you're just playing, all weekend with your old man. And then I got plantar fasciitis that year and sat down my whole soccer season when I got back. So thanks, Ludlow. And I still suffer with it today.
You got what?
Plantar fasciitis.
What the fuck?
It's like you mess up the bottom of your foot, like the arch of your foot.
Is your Achilles that like gets fucked up?
Nah, it's the arch and the heel. I believe that's what I know. I mean, I came back with foot pain and my shoulder. We used to come back in them days. Your shoulder was on fire from playing so much. So I went back to school. I couldn't lift up my arm, and I was limping. So then we started playing. It was like 2 weeks, bro, and I was like in excruciating pain. And the trainer was like, "You got plantar fasciitis," and I was like, "Thanks, Ludlow." So that's why I'm not professional.
That's why I don't play for the MLS.
That's why I don't play for the Cosmos. No disrespect if you do. That's kind of tight. If you do, still kind of rules.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great. But so we've spoken on the concertina aspect, obviously.
Right.
Do you sing?
No, never once in my life. Actually, probably once when I was in Salvador, Farmerville, before I left, I was playing. I think something happened to the Tucadores, like last minute, like total code, like emergency situation. I had to be the only one playing that day, and I was just feeling myself. I was just like, why not? And I did a quadra like in the Saida part. Yeah. And that was probably the only time.
That's gutsy.
Dude, I was just on fire. Everybody knows that one performance that you do, that you're just like, I feel on fire. Like I'm playing, I was ripping that bad, dude. I was like, it was nuts. So I was just feeling, I had the whole family there, and I sang a quadra at the last, I think it was the last song of the night as they were going out.
Where was this either? Because I'm pretty sure all of us have that one fire scene.
That was in Farmerville. That was one of the picnics they had there, and they had somebody else there, but I can't remember. And then I think it was that one, and there was another one that we did in, I want to say Palm Coast. The one time that we went we went down there. That one was pretty sick, and I would just dance. We had like 3-4 players at the.
Your uncles went to play.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was them.
I got a call from my aunt. She was like, "Sabe que está cá? Está homens do Long Island."
It was all, man.
I was like, "How do you even know this
Yeah.
motherfucker?"
We went.
Your 21st birthday. Your 21st birthday.
Yeah, that I missed. Yeah, I remember that.
Asshole.
I didn't. Yeah, I went, and then I remember seeing my uncles after
that one.
Huh?
I was there for that one.
Yeah.
I know Joe got you shit faced on that one.
Joe and Amato.
Yeah, I missed it, and then I saw him the week after. Both my uncles, and I was like, "How was it?" And my godfather, he's no shy of words. And
is he? Are you no shy of words, bro? Because for some reason you didn't want to come on the mic.
He ain't shy of words, and he's like, it was fun, but I'll tell you, Joey. I go, what happened? He was like, when I turned 21, so I went on. You remember parties, but I took a beating that day. And I was like, no kidding. I saw Joe. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. That's what happens with Joe, bro. Joe is
20 shots.
Yeah.
They gave me 21. They gave me 22 shots. I don't even remember what the first 22 were. I mean, the first 21 were. You know what he gave me at the 22nd shot was? A shot of Hypnotic.
Yeah, no.
That's what he.
That's
got
the blue
me.
stuff, right?
That's what he got me.
And then Hypnotic is tough. Is a popular finding in the Rodriguez and Rodriguez Machado family. Everybody's got that blue bottle.
There was Cafe Patron.
And it's the infamous words of "Tu no es hombre, no es nada."
Oh my God, dude. Forget it. And I could just
For
go
one thing,
on.
though, Joe definitely took care of me because there was a basket of bread in front of me the whole night.
Hey, at least,
I was like, you're not going to throw up, right?
There we go. Yeah. For my 21st, he gave me a birthday cake, this like probably 4 feet tall, made of Modelo. Yeah, it was like 58 Modelos.
And now you're a Coors Light guy.
Yeah, and literally
I got sick of it after that.
Literally because of that, I do not drink Modelo whatsoever. Cannot.
That's me with Fireball.
Yeah, I'm good on Modelo.
Disgusting.
With those guys, forget
but
it.
A video of my 21st. That was a fun night.
You mentioned Farmingville. It's Aldeias, Portugal?
Aldeias, Portugal. I don't know what the situation is now, but yeah, when we was doing
what got you in there? How'd you become Ensaiadores? What drove you to stay all those years? Because you stayed a while, no?
Yeah, I was at probably around 10, 11, anywhere from 10 to 12 years. Maybe 26. I left when I was 26. When we moved away from Brentwood, I started dancing here. And in them days, it was me, my family, and Joe and Sammy's family pretty much in this rancho. That's all it was. And then I moved 2000.
I'm waiting to see videos of that rancho. I haven't.
Dude, I think my two Martins might have some old stuff.
To be honest, I think Monica might have some.
Yeah, she might as well. Yeah, definitely. And we left 2005. We moved further out east to town of Riverhead. In that time period, yeah, deep.
Far.
The best part of Long Island. Just saying. But we moved away, and let's say 2005 to like 2009 maybe, I wasn't dancing at all. And I was still going out to Mineola and Connecticut and wherever with, my old man and my uncles to go to whatever party. We'd go there and eat. And, I'm just like, I don't even want to eat. I just want to wait for the Constantinos to come out. Yeah. Just literally for me to watch and play Castañola. That's literally it. And then it was at one of these things in Mineola that the president of the rancho at the time, Saul, who's a big friend of my uncle's, was like, listen, if you want to, come by and dance, you're out of Brentwood now, so if you want to come by and dance with us, like, come by on a Friday. And my father was like, yeah, why not? I'll take you down there. If you don't want to, you don't want to. It's no big deal. So I went down there one day, and it was packed. It was like older kids, and then kids my age, even younger. And like I said, I was probably I had to be 15, because it was like 09 or like 10 maybe. And we started, and literally, bro, I didn't know left from right. I started dancing again. I was like, what is this? But I was like, I fell in love with dancing again. And it was just like, whatever, new friends, and it was Portuguese kids, because where I lived out east, there was nothing. Yeah. It was me, my brother. They had another family I'm not really familiar with, and they had these other kids that we're actually still close with today. The father's Portuguese and the mother's Polish. But still, it was like, we was fluent. I was fluent in the language, and it was like, that was it. That's all we had. But I didn't go to school with when I was living here, I had Joe, I had Sam, there was a couple other Portuguese kids. That was it. So I'm like, I got community here, and like I can relate to, certain things. And it was around 2009, 2010 I started, and then almost right after I was like officially with that group, I finally just picked up a concertino on my own, like coming back from school one day. Then my father took, note of it, like, okay, he's finally, getting on it. And he goes, listen, you want to play?
I want it.
Yeah. But he was just kind of like, fine, mint, but at the same time, he was like, if you want to do it, just, if you want that's how my old man is. Anybody could say it. If you want my help, dude, I'll come and help you. And I'm like, yeah. So then it was just like, at them days, I knew all the songs beginning to end. It was just finding fingers to buttons. That's it. And then watching him do it, I learned how to play like him. And then just, dancing for them, it was, in the old days, it was different. It was like that first half when we was all kids, and then we get older, it's that second half for me. Then, people start leaving, and towards the end, it was me and, I want to say, I could be wrong, bro, but the last 3-4 years I was there, maybe, it was me and Danny Diaz, shout out to him. We were just like giving it. That was it. They had a president. The club had a president, so all you got to do is just run the practices, and that's it. And I could be wrong, but I think his mother actually at the time might have been of the rancho, but I'm really not sure. So it was me and him, ensaiador, and then we flip-flop. We were both ensaiadores, mandadores, running practices and doing the dances, and even trying to get some new stuff in there that we would see, and that was it. Them days were fun, definitely, because like I said, that first half, you're a kid. You got authority, you're learning, you're trying to, you're there with your friends every Friday. But that second half, it was like, me, Danny was really like making time to go, because we're getting older. You start working, you're trying to make your money as you get older, starting your career. And then, you had Joe, obviously, he was helping us out with the concertinos a lot. And then there was a solid point, man, where I was like, these kids are, and we was the oldest ones there. It was Danny, it was Joe, obviously, he's the oldest one, and then me, and then the rest was younger kids. And it was cool because, I don't know, like when we were kids, it was different. Now you see kids in high school that they go every Friday to whatever, to go to ensayo. It's nice, because now you see with the culture now, a lot of people you want kids to go to ensayo, they want to be involved. So it was a point, man, where I was like, we got a good group of kids, they want to learn, they want to know about things, so it was fun. And it just came to a point, I don't know.
When we were growing up, it was like, fuck, we want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? When we're starting, we have like somebody we look at, we want to be them. I think it's hard for us, right, to acknowledge that like we're that now.
Right.
You know, because we don't want.
I still don't do it.
You know, I don't want to imagine how old I am.
Right.
You know, like there's fucking like 4 or 5 year olds in my rancho now watching, like, oh, we want to be like them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but in the back of your head, you're also thinking,
I'm old. Yes.
these kids are looking at us as we looked at them.
Right.
We want to make sure we educate them as much as we can for them to love the folklore or love our culture in general,
Right.
as much as we did. Because we notice and I talk over time and time again, we notice the generation fading, but it's people like us that may be able to make a change. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know obviously you drifted a little from the Portuguese community. At the same time, you're still fluent.
Yeah.
You still talk and go to parties when you can.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't even try to speak Portuguese.
No.
They may understand it, but not speak it. Or if you don't, one example, if you go to a kid now and be like, "Oh, quer ir à festa?" Nah, I'd rather play video games at Fortnite. You know,
Dude, I used to be so stoked back in the day. Dude. I mean, even now, we get some time to go to Rusga, or we go Festa dos Arcos, whatever. Still now, I'm just like, let's go.
Here, I'll give you
different.
one. Your goat is gonna be here in the United States.
No kidding, huh?
Saturday after Thanksgiving.
All right.
Confirmed. He will be at the Rejoada for Camponeses. This is the party I've been trying to get your padrinho to go to.
We'll get him there.
Because us as Camponeses, we cook that party.
They do everything.
We kill the pigs. We do everything.
Sweet. All right.
It's reis, bicas, rústica videla.
Love that.
I've been
in contact with Juliana. She's the one that has been in the talks with Danielle and stuff like that.
Sick.
And she actually told me about them confirming.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll show up, but I won't show my face to him.
Which is such.
It's gonna be.
You
remember this guy? You remember this guy?
He's gonna put the hat in the front again.
Fun
so
fact:
bad.
he watches some of these episodes. I'm gonna
No kidding.
send him
he has
this one.
commented.
I'm
I'm gonna send him this one.
Sorry, man. That's bad. That was
Just say I
bad.
love you, baby.
No, but I really do, bro.
You were talking about your father helping you play, right? And for somebody like me that didn't have the pleasure of watching your father as much as I've watched Mario,
Right.
and I've watched your godfather, your father is like the epitome of style that I love to watch.
Right.
And it's not saying that he's a better or worse player than Mario is a precision musicianist.
Right.
Your father is a guy that would be in the middle of the roda playing for 4 hours.
Right. So I feel like he's, like I was saying, moda antiga.
Yeah.
But in them days, I feel like he was ahead of his time. He was like, it was like a different twist to what it was when he was learning. Because I believe he started learning when he was still in Portugal. And he left, I think he came here when he was 15. So then they started playing more. But I think I believe he started when he was still over there. And for the generation that he started all them guys out of he was born in the late 50s, so you figure late 60s, 70s.
Aldea those days, he was probably playing and
Right.
watching them.
So in them days, the guys that he's looking up to, and when you grab a cassette and see, who's out there now, he was like, I want to say it's ahead of his time. He was putting a twist on things that was whatever. And like I said, new kids today will look at that and be like, that's moda antiga. And of course, there's people that be like, of course, this is fun to watch. But it's in them
People
days.
his age was like, yo, this guy is.
Right. So in them days, they were looking at him like, what? And that was another thing I was going to bring up earlier when you was talking about you were watching the lefty play. And you're playing, but you're watching him, and you're just like, how is he doing this? That was me weeks ago. I mean, whenever I play with this guy. But the guy Barros, Rosa Barros' brother.
You were just playing with him a couple weeks back.
This guy, dude, I'm telling you, is like one of my favorites ever. Because you watch him, it's effortless. And the stuff that's coming out of that concertina, you can't even believe what he's doing. So I'm trying to play the song he's playing. And I'm just looking at him like, how is he doing all this? It's effortless, this guy. So it's one of them things where my father's one of them guys.
We were playing, there's a video of you and me playing a shula with him here in Brentwood.
Right.
And the shula ended, and your padrinho came up to us. He's like, you guys look fucking tired. The bottles is
His,
right there.
There's the Sika, bro. Not
No
even sweat, no
no
nothing.
nothing.
He's precise. Dude.
He's the man, bro.
When
And
we had the guy tonight I think it was March, April or so, and it was a bunch of the old school guys that came. Honestly, it was a great guy tonight.
right.
He came, and I remember inviting you, but I think you were busy and stuff like that.
Probably on the couch.
He was Barros. I think he was Bottas, the one from Farmville. Is it Bottas?
From Farmville?
Yeah.
Portas?
Yeah.
Portas.
Portas. Not Bottas. Portas was playing everybody.
I haven't seen him in a minute. Actually, no,
Me
I
neither.
saw him.
Yeah, but it's so
That was-
admirable.
He's a good player as well.
John's daughter's
Love that
Sweet
dude.
16.
Yeah.
He was there. He played.
He's a madman, bro. Madman. Madman on the construction team.
Give him a beer. He'll
Bro,
play
listen,
for hours, dude.
Once I have a house and I have the space, dude, I'm doing the same shit he did, bro. Going to Portugal, it's like, nah, my wife's learning, I gotta buy a new one. Now my daughter's gonna learn this shit, I gotta buy a new one.
And they're all
Start
going to
having
be
a whole
just for you to
fucking
play.
collection.
They're all going to be just for you.
Just an excuse to buy a shit.
Yeah, literally. This guy.
É mulher quer começar de novo, tem que comprar uma nova.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's like every occasion he'll just buy another one.
Right.
Dude, every time I saw him, he had a different box.
He's a madman. That dude is like, he ain't you'll talk to him like outside of this stuff. He's an interesting guy. He's funny.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys that he's just like another one. You know, he's younger than my dad. I don't think he classifies as the generation of my father, but it's one of those dudes. It's moda antiga, but you watch him play, man. You're just like, this
His
is
voltage are very unique. Bro.
next level, bro.
Yes.
Next level, this guy.
So
You know?
what? Does your brother still play?
My brother never was a.
No,
when
your
you,
father.
oh, my father. My
I know
father.
your brother doesn't play.
Yeah, he was as a baby. He was walking around, but he was more interested in ball. He was like, you know. But my father, yeah. I'm out of the house, so. But my mother's always telling me he's always, you know, stretching out
Is
the
there a
old.
reason why he doesn't necessarily play in public anymore, or?
I think now, like I was just telling you guys earlier, in his post-retirement life, he's kind of just like, fuck it, dude. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just gonna hang out. And he's doing stuff around the house. He's enjoying himself. Finally, he's been working freaking since he got here.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, 45 years doing concrete. It's not easy on the body. So he spent his whole life working for us. That, you know, now he's just like, if I don't do anything, I'll do anything. But he's still yet so productive. As far as, I don't know, he's like a tough like puzzle for a lot of people that didn't grow up in that house to understand. For him, I feel like in his mind, he's like, I have to show up and not be a certain person, but for him to go somewhere, he has to be completely in the mood to like talk and say what's up to people. And he's like, even if he's 5% not in the mood, he's gonna be like, I don't want to be disrespectful to other people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the burden of the party. Whereas just as him showing up and you hear those little cowboy boots walking through the door, they're gonna be like, oh, dude, he's here. Like, this is great.
Yep.
This is great. It's so happy to see him. But then, like I said, it's in his mind that he thinks, you know, I'm like 2% not feeling it. I'm not gonna bring the party down. I think that's what it is. But when he does pop out, bro.
Well, let me tell you, throughout this whole podcast, and we spoke about your father a
Mm-hmm.
couple of times, you have such a bright, like every time you mention your father and stuff like that, your eyes go glossy because you could tell how prideful you are of your father. And obviously, I'm sure your mother is.
Of course, yeah.
Is a lovely lady.
Yeah.
But your father, you could definitely tell your father was like your hero.
Yeah,
Is your hero.
Just to think, like, you hear it all the time, man. And, like, that's probably with the rest of the immigrants that came here back in the day. But they had nothing over there, and they came here with nothing. To nothing. So I had my great-grandparents was here. I believe that's how they picked this place. But, dude, he's literally like the most selfless human I know. Selfless. He'll give you his shoes and walk barefoot 50 miles just so you have a second pair of shoes just in case yours rips. It's like, and he won't want no thank you, no nothing. And it's just like, you know, even what I do now, like I'm driving concrete around, you're gonna come across some Portuguese people. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna come across some that I never seen in my life that know the old man. And it was back in when I first started. So I'm super green. I'm learning how to do everything. And there was a guy I knew. I was like, this guy's obviously Portuguese. Never seen him in my life. And I get out of the truck. I'm starting to get everything ready to dump the load out. And he was like, you got to be Antunes. And I go, yeah. And usually everybody thinks I'm my cousin Danny. They think I'm my godfather's son. So they were like, you're definitely Carlos' kid. And I was like, yeah. But how did you know? He's like, you look exactly like him, this and that. So already I was surprised. Dude, he told me like however many years ago when this guy came to America, when he left Portugal first to come to America, my father was sitting next to him on the plane, and it was one of them times where my father was going back and forth just to vacation, whatever. And he said, I sat next to your old man, and he was like, I was at 19, 20 years old, I was coming here to live with my brother or something like that. I had no money, no nothing. I left my parents behind. He goes, I was shooting the shit with your dad the whole time on a plane. We arrived, and your dad just pulled out all the money he had in his pocket. And back in them days, $150, $200, but that meant like, $1 million to him. Right. So here you go, man, to get you started. I got my brother picking me up right now. He's like, just to get you started, like, go right ahead. And he was like, dude, I was just like so shocked. This guy's telling me this. I'm about to dump 5 yards of curb, bro. Okay, I'm about to dump curb. I haven't even started, and he's telling me this, and he's like crying. He's like, I'll never forget your old man ever in my life, right? And he told me I only seen him twice or 3 more times after that. That's it. So that day, I was still living at home in them days, and I was like, he told me, I told the guy's name. I told him the whole story. My dad's like, And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy, man, that you helped that guy out. And he's like, never heard of him in my life. I was like, dude. And this guy's telling me, this was my dad. This guy was telling me everything. I know his brothers. I know, the sisters. And he had the one sister that was in the band and this and that. He was talking about my dad. He was talking about my dad. And he was like, this guy was like the Portuguese Clint Eastwood. That's your dad. And I was like, yeah, that's my dad. And then he was like, then I talked to my dad. I said, yeah, the guy, whatever his name is from wherever. And he's like, never heard of that name in my life.
That's how humble your father
is. And listen, he probably was even like, I do know, but I'm, whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't want no thanks. He doesn't want nothing. He's just like, leave me alone.
He's not looking for gratitude.
But
it's just how humble he is.
I remember when I used to come back home from school, man. He'd come back in from, running loads out to JFK, eating and sleeping for a little bit and going right back out at night. There was times I didn't even see him at night. And he was just doing that for me and my brother. And my mother, she didn't speak no English at the time.
Yeah. But what's crazy? And I could relate to that because when I grew up, I lived with my grandparents, mostly. I was raised by my grandma. Those that know me, they know about my grandma. And my mom used to work days and nights.
Right.
Like I would see her maybe for 2 hours a day if I was lucky. So, and maybe you agree with. Do you feel like at the time, did you understand that they were doing that for us?
1,000%. I think I got it early on, which is like weird, but early on, I like understood 1,000% that even if it was a time, we never went hungry, but if I go back and I figure out that maybe he went hungry sometimes, and to go back to work at night just so we can eat, I wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I understood from day one. And he used to tell me, like, listen, it is what it is. I wish I could go back there and kick a ball with you when I get home, but I just can't. It's just what it is.
And that's what the concertina did for you guys.
Forever, bro. Yeah. It was one of those things that, like, definitely was like, he was and not for nothing. We didn't go on vacations every summer. He didn't take us to Disneyland and all that. But it was a thing where it was like, and I know my brother can't complain either, but it was a thing where we had fun as kids. And, like, he was, like, the illest dad ever. And he wasn't the one to, like, like I said, like, kick a ball around with us and play video games with us or anything like that. But it was just, I don't know, bro. It was just, like, so many stories from when we was kids, like, just him just being him. And it's just, like, we look back and we're like, dude, it was just, like, hilarious. And he wasn't the average, like, we're going to school with American kids. We're like, I was going to throw a football around with my dad the other day. Like, the other day I went to go play baseball with my dad. And I was like, I was watching the Three Stooges with him yesterday all day. It was the best day of my life. It was a simple life, but it was the best.
Yeah.
And forever, it's like, that guy's my Superman. That's it.
Yeah, but the simplicity of us growing up like that, too.
That's all it is.
Makes us appreciate life so much more. And, like, once we have our own kids, hopefully we could take that upon themselves of, hey, that was your grandfather.
1,000%.
And that's who I am, and that's who I will be, and that's a spit image that you want to follow as a goal.
Right.
I thank God every day that my daughter has the privilege of knowing her grandfathers.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like that there. Like, I'm almost tearing up now because it's something.
It got really heavy.
Because my dad always talks about how much I remind him of his father.
Right.
My father, meu pai sempre disse, o teu avô tinha uma fábrica de fazer carros. Meu avô era carpinteiro e fazia carros de bois. Right? And like me getting into the carpentry field and being a carpenter,
right.
you know.
Everything lines up, but I can only
have friends
imagine.
Calling me a Nebo.
Right.
You know, it's like full circle, and like my dad talking about it, it like
Yeah, it's nuts.
yeah. And
But yeah,
like,
it's
having a daughter and knowing my daughter,
Yeah.
And we-
met both. It's just
That's the best thing. Yeah. But it's like even that. It's full circle. You live a simple life, but that's all you can. Fuck the money. Fuck everything else.
But that's the life story of a Portuguese immigrant.
Absolutely.
They will take off their shirt so you would have something to wear.
1,000%. And it's just literally so, you know, like, and I'm not saying just now he was enjoying his life. He was enjoying his life for a while. You know, we've been out of the house a long time, but, you know, now he's like, you know, he's chilling out. He'd be like, tomorrow I might have to do the lenga. I might have to go fix that leak. I'll figure it out tomorrow. And then he'll do both. And then it'll just be that. But it's just like...
yeah, my dad waits for my cousin John to go down there. Like, I got a list already for John to do when he gets there.
Right.
Yeah, that is their favorite son anyways.
Yeah, I'm number 2. Not even number 1 in my house.
Yeah, they say that shit all the time. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Can't blame him.
Fucking John to go, man.
My sister always talked about, I think Dad offered to pay for John's wedding in full. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I don't remember the birthday gift I got last year.
Yeah, but to be fair, John has been like he was
John
your
is-
teacher. That's
John
like
is
a
the
father
son my
figure to
parents
you
always
too.
wanted.
Facts.
Yeah, you're just a bitch.
1,000%. Tall,
Tall,
nicer
hair,
eyes, more handsome.
Long hair.
Yeah.
Plumber, electrician, concertina player, all of the above.
Joe,
Banker.
carpenter,
Yeah.
nails his fingers. It's fun.
And just even then, like even then years later, because when I left Brentwood, I had no contact with Joe. I had no contact with the other asshole, CJ, Sammy. I had no contact with none of them. And this was pre-social media.
Pre-MySpace.
11, 12 years old. I had nothing. I had none of that. So then finally, your guy turns, kid turns 17, 18. You start getting social media. I find all of them. And then it was just raps. Like once Sammy was picking me up from schools, Joe would come to school in the Subaru that used to have, the Volkswagen, the GTI days. He would come and just redline the car in front of the school. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And he'd pick me up. And then it's just full circles. My father used to hang, there was just them. It was my dad, if it wasn't my uncles, but back in the crew, they used to work together. It was my dad, their dads, and that's how it was. And then the stories I'd hear about them when they were kids were like, this is the same
Just
shit.
kicking it.
This is
Yeah,
us.
you're just kicking it.
Oh,
and
dude.
it reflects so much that.
Yeah.
Now we're almost at end of the podcast.
Unfortunately.
I do have. We're definitely gonna have to do.
I feel like it's been 20 minutes, dude. That's nuts.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I feel like
But
we just
I
got off
do-
the Danielle topic.
Seriously.
I do have a question in regards where, like, obviously we've seen the Portuguese community. We still go to the festas here and there. How do you see the future of the Portuguese community, and regarding on how you see it? How do you think we could continue or change for the better?
Just from sitting on the sidelines, because I'm nobody. I'm no professional. I don't know nothing. But just from, I guess, seeing and just being, I guess, tight with you guys still, is what we talked about before. It's the kids that are now the age when we was kids getting up. Granted, we probably, you were a little kid probably, dancing or whatever, as was I. But it's the kids now where, like, there's trends now that every kid has to do. And I guess just getting them at it. Like I said, when I was inside the hood there was kids that I was just like, if you wasn't here, you'd be out there doing whatever, God knows what, Instead, you're here embracing your culture, and that meant everything. I think now the kids now not have to be more involved. That's not what it is. If you're involved and you like it, you got to embrace it more. It's just, I guess, keeping that love up for them. Because there was nights on those Fridays, man. You guys got to, because my father was the inside lord of the Rancho that used to be at that club before I was born, years ago. And they used to tell me that he was the exact same way. You get a little loud sometimes, frustrated with the kids that you can't get the attention, everything like that. The main thing that I always had to remind myself that, again, there was times it was probably unwarranted where I get a little loud or frustrated. You got to keep the love in there for them. Because a lot of people, and you hear, it's cliche because everybody says it, we ain't getting paid for this. It's literally just for the love of doing it. That's it. These kids, 14, 15, 16 years old, they could be out there wanting to go to parties and chasing tail, or they're on TikTok or doing whatever. Instead, they're every Friday night, they're doing that. It's keeping the love. Don't make it too strict, I guess. Don't make it a thing where it'd be like, damn, man. And there's probably the case where there's some of the people used to go in and be like, I hope Kevin don't yell at me today. And I had to freaking hit myself in the head and be like, these kids are doing it because they like it. If they make a mistake, you have to make a mistake. You have to drill it in their head a little bit. Of course, you got to be a little bit more. So we're here for a reason, but it has to be the fun. You have to make it. You have to keep them loving it.
There's fun, and then there's a standard of what you're trying to do too. Because you also don't want to go out and embarrass.
Absolutely,
You know,
you're there for a reason.
There is a standard.
Right, there's a standard. We got to go out there and be. You want to be as precise and as perfect as you can, and it's just the.
Perfection's not everything. It's just the, going out and doing it.
Authenticity and doing what you guys are able to do inside that room when you practice every
And
Friday.
I'm a firm believer of that too. Like
Right.
last week, again, it was the anniversary, whatever. I was strict. I was more strict behind it. I was definitely, hey, this is how we're got to go A, B, C, D,
Right.
E, F until Z's to perfect our craft. And at the end of the day, we are perfecting your craft to represent Portugal, in this case, the region of Portugal, which is Minho, as well as we could possibly can, because there are people from different regions of the United States coming. In this case, he was like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York, that are coming to see us. Let's not look stupid.
Right.
And at the end of practice, because we do have a lot of kids now, thankfully, I literally apologized. I was like, listen, guys, I know I was a bit more. I even said in Portuguese, eu fui mais rígido hoje, mas eu quero que vocês saibam que eu estou muito orgulhoso de vocês.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, these kids will make you proud.
Right.
And adults that will work together to get that achievement. But again, if these kids are not into country, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But there is so much you could do in a Portuguese club or association where you could make friends for life. Thankfully, we've been friends for so long.
Absolutely.
That it doesn't matter how many hours away we live from. We still once we get back to like having a coffee and stuff like that, it's like we saw each other yesterday.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about friendships that I've come to grow and I've come to appreciate so much. And that's including you. That's including that douchebag on your left.
Yeah, it can.
Douchebag number one.
But it's a beautiful thing. That's why I think, do we have a bright future for the Portuguese community? We can.
Absolutely, it's key. I think the younger ones that are loving it now, that are preferring to go there every Friday, or, Thursday or whatever, and going out there excited to go out there and perform. Or when they hear a concertina, they got to go find who's playing. It's keeping them liking it, because when you're a kid and you're just sitting there and it's all screaming and I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I'm late.
You're gonna just drift them away.
Right. If it's a thing where we're here for a reason, like you said, there's got to be a standard. We're going to rehearse today because in a month we got to go to wherever. Let's look good. Let's look amazing. Let's look, coordinated. But at the same time, we got to keep loving it. It's not about, a lot of people, it's so strict. And like I said, there was times where I went home and I was like, God, man. I get yelled to a little too much probably today, and the next week.
Bad too. Like,
Right. Because I get frustrated easy, and then it's just like, because you have it in your head. And then, but they kept on coming back, man. I don't regret it one bit.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What it's all about.
Kev, before we say goodbye, now you saw that I have two concertinas there. Will you do me the honor and play your dad's Canavir
Sure.
with me?
Absolutely. Do you have them accessible or what?
They're right there. I'll go grab them.
Joe.
What do you think, host?
I think you guys should do it.
All right. Here we go.
He played a little bit of it right before, and I was like,
Fucking asshole.
I remember
I
that.
just, this guy just walking around concertinas. I was like,
listen.
why does he
Bro,
have
on
this
some
thing?
bullshit, you know why I brought it, bro? Because every wedding you ever go to with CJ, it's like, CJ, well, onde está a gaita?
Yeah.
Onde
CJ's
está a gaita?
always,
And
yeah.
then CJ gets pissed when there's no gaita playing.
Chris,
You
there's
take that
another
one, you take that
concertina.
one.
Grab that one too.
This is crazy. I'm kind of...
Oh, you don't want to open
Just here, let me see.
Nah,
let me
bro.
see.
It's so weird to...
All right, guys, I'm gonna narrate. Just kidding. I'm gonna enjoy it just as much as you guys do. Just try to play on a low tone,
Right.
so he doesn't buffer too much. Yeah.
This one's yours, Joe? Or whose is this? Joey's?
I practiced before too.
I'm not too close to the mic, right? You want to bring the mics back a little bit?
Nah, you're solid. You're solid.
All right.
Here, let me
Good
just.
stuff.
Let's get that one. What's the name? Ooh, I heard
This one
that.
sounded like mine, man. In the middle?
All right, guys, enjoy this beautiful moment.
What about this one? Nice.
Holy shit, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Kevin, low-key, I got a hard on right now, dude. I am chubbing.
And there goes the
I
episode.
will not be showing it. That's why we're over a table and nobody will see it. You know what? If you would just have to believe to see it, and that was beautiful, dude.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Really.
Absolutely
This is
beautiful.
sick. I'm glad it's a long time coming, but it's not gonna be the last. I promise.
Definitely
Gotta
not
come
going to
back.
be the last.
Last time I see you with a concertina in your chest, bro.
Probably.
A couple weeks
Probably
ago
will,
for me.
Nah.
Guys, therefore, we're going to end this episode. I'm just going to say, before they say their goodbyes as well, there's a couple festivals coming up. November 16th, you have the... at our Vasta Gama, you have Rosinha there, as well as Leitão. Shut the fuck up, Joey. They have a dinner, so if you feel free, you could purchase, call them, whatever. Then you have also Rejoada, the 29th of November. Cool. Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Confirmed Danielle Souza.
Confirmed Danielle Souza and Juliana and Polly. You also have over here at this house that welcomed us, Lipac in Brentwood. They will also have their San Martinho Festa coming up. I believe it's the 9th of November. But we'll be posting the flyers below us, or as I speak. Therefore, Kevin, absolute pleasure. You're absolutely amazing. Noted. It's always a pleasure, dude.
Thank you guys.
You're an
Seriously,
amazing friend. I couldn't be more thankful for to have you in my life, and that douchebag. So therefore, I'll give you.
Yeah, likewise. I love you guys both. I love one of you more than the other, but you know, I'm glad you guys are doing what you guys are doing, and keep going. And let's do this again. Definitely.
Joey.
Vai com Deus.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment on our videos.
And one more thing, Sammy, show him the goat, Sam.